Hey everybody, it's Skip. I recently made a big batch of fake blood for a music video I was directing for my new album, Until the Very End. Because I was so happy with how it turned out, I thought that I would make a video to share how I made it, the materials that I used, some of the problems that I encountered, and what I did to solve them. The name of the song is called Man from the Near Future. It's a simple concept horror short film set to music. So in order to make this idea work, I needed a large amount of fake blood to cover both myself and the actress for the video, as well as having some left over in order to reapply throughout the shoot because it will dry out and harden unless you keep it wet. After looking up some of the different kinds of fake blood available on Amazon, I learned that it is much better quality blood if I just buy all the ingredients and make it myself. But first, I just want to say thank you to Samantha Shoemaker. She is a super talented visual artist that I am a huge fan of, and she was nice enough to let me cover her in blood from head to toe and let me cart her up and down the street for hours. So please be sure to check out our Instagram in the link below. Also, be sure to check out my other behind the scenes video with her where I'm actually applying the various makeup and blood elements and sharing the different techniques I use to make the blood effects look natural. I'll include that link in the description below as well. Okay, so fake blood. What are some of the traditional methods of making fake blood that I used? The most common that I found online was using corn syrup and red liquid food coloring. That's the stuff we all use to make Easter eggs. But I decided not to use the food coloring for reasons that I'll go into a little later. All the blood recipes I found online called for corn syrup as a base. I ended up settling with the Karo brand light corn syrup. Using traditional red liquid food coloring can result in a more strawberry colored and not really end up looking realistic at all. Instead, use a mixture of red and black cake icing gel, made by a company called Wilton. It's a thick concentrate that bakeries mix in with white cake icing to give it a strong, bold color without watering it down with traditional liquid food colorings. So before we start, you're going to need at least 16 ounces of Karo light corn syrup, 1 ounce of Wilton red icing color gel, 1 ounce of Wilton black icing color gel, a plastic mixing container, 1 paint stick or stirrer, a chopstick or toothpick that you can throw away afterwards, and a pair of latex gloves. So the next step is to pour the corn syrup into your plastic container. The second step is to add a very small dab of black icing gel using the tip of the chopstick or toothpick. This stuff is insanely concentrated, so start with a tiny dab and add more as needed. In fact, I ended up using way too much black icing on my batch right out of the gate, which ended up making the blood look like blueberry syrup. Use the chopstick to mix the black gel into the corn syrup evenly, making sure that there is no more gel left on the stick and that there's no more black swirls still inside of the corn syrup. Next, you're going to want to add your red icing gel to the mix. You're going to use a lot more of the red dye compared to the black. However, start off with small scoops of the red, mix it into the batch a little at a time in order to achieve a color of blood that works best for your personal tastes. When I made my blood, I ended up using the whole 1 ounce container of red, as well as a whole bottle of red liquid food coloring that I had in the house in order to counteract the fact that I had used too much black icing gel when I started. This saved me from having blueberry syrup instead of having a darker, richer red blood like I wanted. Now once you've achieved the color and darkness of blood that you want for your project, make sure that it is evenly mixed using your paint stirrer in order to avoid any darker swirls of concentrated dye that is not fully mixed in with the corn syrup yet. That's how I made my fake blood for my music video, Man from the Near Future. I think that the end product from following these instructions created a really lifelike and realistic looking blood that looks great on camera and in person. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. This was actually my first time making fake blood, but if you have any questions about the products or the process that I use, please leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. See you next time.